All right. Hopefully this all works this time.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let me put you. Okay. So I think. All right. Let me put up. Okay. I'm gonna recheck the stream. That way. Okay. Um.
Are we starting?
Okay. Now I hear some echo from you.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, now I think
Right now.
you're better. Whatever you just did, I think you're better now.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Let me put you on full screen now. That way. Okay, I'm on my YouTube and it's looking good. I think we're all right. Okay, so I think we're all right. And of course, we have a chat. All right, so I guess all right. People are coming back in here, so yeah. Okie dokie. All right. Why is what just happened there? Okay. Okay. So is there a way? Okay, never mind. We're good. Nope, that was on my end. Never mind. That was on my end. Okay, so I think we're all good. I think of course people let us know in the chat. That's the nice thing about it's not just me doing this. There's also you like you have the ability to check chat and stuff on your end. All right, so this is hello, welcome everybody. This is season. I am Mills from America, and this is season 2, episode 1. It was gonna be Dr. Slow Sweat, but then we had some last minute changes of schedule. I'm doing a live stream interview. Usually, in season, I, so I did kind of like the really old school way. But hey, here we are. So fun
I
fact,
think
we
my
yep.
visual is freezed. I'm
Oh,
seeing it
so I'm
here.
actually looking in in the YouTube thing, and it actually looks fine.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. It was freezed.
yeah. So it might be frozen on your end. On my end, it's actually pretty good.
Okay, it's
Um.
good.
Okay. In that case, all right. So I hope the people watching this, I figured out how to do the background image. So double. If you want to, I guess we can start off with that. Kind of start off like a non beatbox background about yourself, including the background image that people are seeing on the stream. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm a 13 years old from I'm 13 years old kid from Turkey. Uh, I recently started high school, and yeah, I think that's kind of me. I started playing guitar. I was playing piano for like 5 years. Yeah, and um, I'm a licensed tennis player. Yeah, that's all.
Okay. And you want to go into the art background on the stream that people see how I kind of use that as the background. If you want to go into that, talk about like how you've had some cool experiences with some visual artists. Maybe that artist is also from Turkey. If you want to talk about that.
Yeah, that artist, his name is Brock Shenturk. Um, he followed my dad's at Twitter, and um, he showed me his drawings, and I really liked them. And then I wanted him to make a draw him to make me a drawing of myself, and then he did this cool thing, and I really like this. So Yeah, I have this on my social media and stuff. Um, yeah.
So take us real quick into the process of how, like, for example, did you collaborate like kind of more directly with him, or did you just kind of ask him to just kind of use his own imagination and then just kind of let him do what he wanted? The reason why I'm asking specifics is because in the community, like, collaboration's a really big thing, and not just from musician to musician, but from across all the kind of arts. So if you want to talk about if you just kind of let him use his own imagination, or you kind of like guided him, like gave him suggestions, or what?
Um, my dad mailed him. And then can you make can you make a drawing of my son? And then he said, just give me a picture. And then we gave him a picture that I just hold at my loop station like this and my microphone. And then he came up with this and really like this. So yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting that he used. So the way I have it scaled on the background on the stream, it actually, if I was able to shrink it, which I'm not going to because it's gonna mess up all the stuff that we have right now. It shows two loop stations, and that's what got me really interested because when the people who are looking into your camera, if you want to kind of go into your setup and how
Yeah,
maybe
that's
that's
just
yeah.
that was just kind of his imagination. But that's true that I got two loop stations. One of them is broken.
Yeah, because I was curious because like I wonder if that artist knows about your second devices and all that stuff, or if he just kind of did what he felt like in the moment.
Yeah, I kind of like the second one.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So got our non-beatbox stuff. We talked about collaboration between music and visual artists. So now I think we're ready to kind of talk about what got you into solo beatboxing. Um, or some people like to answer this like if it kind of takes them directly into looping at the same time. So it's kind of up to you. Like, kind of take us from your non-beatbox stuff into your beatbox loop stuff. Go ahead.
Um, I just so I think it was uh yeah, it was Barry Wum's video to CK Wireless, and I just saw it, and then it just seemed cool to me, and then I started kind of beatboxing. My interest in beatbox started with that video, and then I just started beatboxing. Um, and then I went to a beatbox event, and then they just gave me this loop station, and then yeah, that's kind of how I got into loop station. It was yeah, not me
Oh,
actually, not
sorry.
only me. They gave so like at the events there was like 10 or 11 kids, and then gave like 10 loop stations to all of the kids under 18, and then yeah, it was a great surprise. It was
Nice.
shocking.
So yeah, I've noticed on Ripcord that there's clipping. Um,
Uh,
I don't know if there's anything I
I
can
can
do
just
about that
take
image.
myself down. Wait, okay, I just took myself a bit down. Is good?
When he says clipping, I don't know if he actually meant kind of like slicing or just clipping. Okay. All right. But hey, shout out to Image. He's here. It's nice showing some love. Yeah, this is great. I'm really glad this is working out. I'm really glad this is working out, and it's not. If you want to kind of talk about, you technically, I guess technically, were on season one, but then like the audio messed.
Yeah, kind of like that.
I don't even know if I still have the original footage from that. I think I have it on unlisted or something, but But hey, I mean, like this is a much better setup and stuff, and yeah. So it's nice. Okay, so I feel like the first time that I kind of heard about you or saw you was at a World Beatbox Camp or SBX Camp. If you want to talk about that,
Wait. Um, Wait. Can you give me a second, please?
yeah, no problem.
Wait. Can you just really quick look at your DMs, please?
On Insta or Discord?
Discord.
Oh, Discord.
Yeah, this.
Let me pull that up on my phone. Um, Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. No, yeah, sure. No problem. No problem, man. Okay. Then, okay. So let's kind of go on from there. If you want to kind of talk about how I feel like, after the summer of whatever that was, I feel like Discord servers was kind of like the big thing for you, and in terms of how you started meeting the community. So if you want to talk about your kind of slow, how to like your first, I guess, encounter with either Turkish musicians or just kind of like the international Discord right off the bat.
Yeah, I met the international like beatbox community first, and then the Turkish beatbox community. I just, uh, I just, as I remember, I just saw a video of beatbox community, and I just joined the link, and I was just going to jams, just solo beatboxing. I didn't know how to connect my loop to computer at times, so I just beatbox from my phone at jam channels. Yeah, that was kind of my how I got into the community.
All right.
Yeah.
And then you want to kind of talk about how you kind of got good on loop and eventually how it, like maybe some of the first things that you learned, maybe some people who kind of helped you out a lot at the beginning before we start talking about tournaments. Yeah.
Uh, yeah, how I got in. So when I first started looping, I really didn't know anybody, like anybody to communicate about loop and anybody to learn about loop from. So I just learned it all by myself, and there was like not that much tutorials that time at YouTube. There was like a few. I remember Thorson's the two tutorials. Yeah, I kind of watched those, and then I tried to learn the loop station by myself, and then there was this Florida beatbox battle, or which I made an entry, which was quite cringe. And then and then from the comments and stuff, I just learned, and I learned how to connect my computer to the loop, and yeah, that was how I kind of started learning more from loop station. It was quite cringe, but it was quite helpful at the same time. Yeah.
All right. So from there, obviously practice meeting people. Now do you want to kind of talk about tournaments, whether it's kind of like a mad meal, or I guess kind of you want to talk about like the tournaments. You want to talk about the wild cards. I guess kind of talk about like what kind of things, like what were some like milestones for you to get like really good as a looper where you are these days.
My milestone right now, you asking me that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Um, it's actually I say this. My milestone is to be like the first to be the first Turkish person to be representing Turkey at an international Swiss beatbox tournament, and then being the youngest looper at GBB. But um, I realized my style isn't really suitable for really winning wildcards. So I think that's kind of hard for me because a lot of people do vocal. vocals at their songs, but I'm not really good at vocals, and then it just doesn't. It just miss something at my pieces when I don't do vocals. It just sounds not like a loop station. It just sounds like a real track, and yeah, it just makes hard to win a wild card.
Yeah, speaking of real tracks, if you want to talk about some of your independent releases, like non-wildcard stuff, like uh like when you just used a second device and it's on YouTube now. If you want to talk about those separate releases.
Yeah, I have some stuff that I made with my synths. There's a lot of them that I didn't post on my YouTube. Yeah, I just like to do some stuff with synths, independently from like the voice stuff. I don't know, it just feels a lot of weird, but um, I don't know. When I get too much bored from only looping with the voice, um, it just feels good to do that. I sometimes connect Ableton into loop too. I use my synthesizer as a MIDI device, and yeah, it is fun, you know.
Nice. All right. So now you want to kind of talk about either you want to talk about Mad Meal, or you want to talk about all of your devices and kind of like the decisions you had to make whether to get one device, change it out, or what.
Yeah, okay. So my second device history is a little bit complicated. um, First I got the loop station, and then I got Coquille's bed, and actually a really cool, suitable device. I really liked it, but it wasn't really enough. So I got the GT 1000, and then I don't know, the GT 1000 didn't really suit me, so I sold it and then got the T Silicon I have here. I like it. It's pretty cool, but and then I just kind of used like all I can from this device. I just got all that I can get from this device. So and then I got the SY 1000,
It's a lot.
and yeah, I'm really happy with it right now.
Wow. So do you want to kind of break down, I guess, like which one of those matches a style or part of a style, or like how you alternate and decide which one you want to do or which ones you want to do at the same time?
Um, can you explain the question more briefly? I
Yeah,
couldn't
so
really understand.
basically, like if you had a 505 and just 1 second device, I guess that'd be easy to kind of like tell us how you go from one to the other or both. But I'm seeing that you have four devices. I think like four devices. So maybe like if some people are looking at that part of your video and like, oh my goodness, how does he use all that at the same time? Like if you want to kind of break down that thought process that you use.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna kinda explain how I connect the cables and then how it goes to where from where. Um, so I just have my guitar and my loop at my TC Helicon, and the TC Helicon, other than the SY 1000, has voice effects like, I don't know, heart tune, like more like uh, voice oriented stuff. It has a really cool harmony to, which is really easy to use. And then I have my guitar also at TC Helicon, so I can use amps, drives, delays, compressions, was, I don't know, that cool stuff. And then my TC Helicon goes to my SY, which is good. I can use more, lot of more. For example, I can just get an auto tune from the TC Helicon and get I don't know, sequencer from the SY, so it's a lot of easier to control. And yeah, and then I have the synthesizer. I use it independently from each other, like these devices. Yeah. That's kind of my setup, and it's kind of hard to use all of them at the same time. But yeah, like I do like I use a TC Helicon and the SY at the same time. I don't know, guitar and synthesizer at the same time. It's hard to use all at the same time.
All right. Well, I'm glad that you kind of like broke it down, and like in case like people watch this and they see all that stuff, and maybe they want to try to buy it or something. Okay. So kind of talked about your past, your present. What about your future? Future goals? Maybe you wanna um keep it as a hobby. Maybe you wanna be a music teacher or something. Basically, like, what are your kind of plans for the future, if you have any, right now?
Um, I don't really like to think about future. I just like I don't want to set too much goals for future. I just want to concentrate on now. I just want to concentrate on my looping now. I just really don't want to think about what am I gonna do in future. Am I just gonna keep it as a hobby? I think we'll just know it then, like that time.
Okay. All right. Okay. Did you want to talk about tournaments? And or did you want to just kind of do shout outs and drop a beat? So like
It
Mad
doesn't
Meal
matter.
clip and all that stuff.
Yeah. I made a lot of wild cards, but didn't really win too much. I won to Mad Meal. I What else? I'm trying to remember. What? Oh, I just got out of the Beatbox International thing, but I terribly failed my SY. I was doing a sequencer at the SY 1000, and the MIDI broke at the middle of the routine, and you can just imagine how terrible broke MIDI and the sequencer at the same time. Uh, um, yeah, it was pretty bad experience, and yeah, yeah, I didn't really got into really big competitions, and because I couldn't really enter because I had this big exam, high school entry exam, which determined which high school I'm going to, a
Yeah.
bad or good.
School first. School first priorities.
Yeah, it wasn't like that before this exam.
All right. Cool. Um, I know you said you didn't think about the future, but what about kind of like just other Turkish beatboxers, or maybe kind of working to get more Turkish loopers, or do you feel like you've kind of done the most you can with that for right now?
Yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. Um, I sometimes get DMs about like, yo, double, how can I set up the loop station from Turkish loopers, like Turkish new loopers? I try to help more much as I can, but I don't think I don't know what can I do more than that. And yeah, um, yeah,
Okay. It looks like I think if you want to do some final shoutouts, and drop a beat if you want. It can be solo, it
yeah.
can be loop, it can be pre-record, it can be whatever you want because you are the guest today.
Oh, give me a minute
Yeah, no
to
problem.
find something good.
And for those people who don't know, who watch this and don't understand when I say pre-record, basically means that instead of, so like when you hear things on Spotify, things are like pre-recorded. Like you're not inputting, you're not listening to every single input. So that's what, when we say pre-record, that's what Double here is debating whether he wants to do that or do everything live. All right, and Double,
Okay.
whenever you are ready. Want to drop
Yeah.
the you want to drop the beat first? Give shout outs after? Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can drop the beats right now. Um, one thing, I have lyrics this song, but it's not finished, so I'm just
Hey, no
putting
problem.
that I have lyrics.
This is our pre-debut here. Ooh, Mills interview stream premiere. Sneak peek, sneak peek.
Okay. Okay. It's already. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I forgot to do a thing that Scott Jackson does. Hold on. Hold up a second. I got it. I forgot to do this. Okay. Woo! 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 Yeah! Woo! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! Whoa! Yeah! 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 Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Yeah!
I'm not sure if he does that.
I'll work on that. Hey, but at least it's not directly from. At least it's my original audio. Great job. Okay. Anyway, okay. Let me write. Yeah. So for people who watch this who might not be familiar with streams, basically, you have people like Scott Jackson who hosts interviews on Swiss Beatbox, and people like he and I. I'm not sure how many other people do this, but we just like to use the RC505, which is like the main thing that you just heard double use. Okay. Any final words, shout outs, anything else that you want to talk about before we go offline?
Thank you. Um, Great. Um, okay. Great interviews. Continue doing this. I think people enjoy this a lot. Yeah.
Yep. And they might be hearing some slicing. So maybe for the next interviews, I might just not use ripcord. I got to figure out how like the clip people do it so that there's no how I don't know. It's interesting how they do it, and like they don't get clipping. Even though that they're all using ripcord and things like Zoom anyway. So I don't know how they do that. Maybe it's just my connection or my computer or something. But anyway, I had a really good really good fun with this. Usually I schedule things out far in advance, but hey, I mean if things are working like this, that's great. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it has been a lot of fun. This is your host Milz from America, and we just got done listening to Double from Turkey. All right. Ish.